up, everybody? Welcome back to Simulating 20 Years of NASCAR Thunder 2003. It's your boy JK. This is day, God, I don't know, 3 or 4 in a row of videos. Well, today I'm recording this on Thursday. I dropped a video Tuesday, Wednesday, and one will come out on Thursday after I record this one. This is coming out on Friday. So, yeah, happy 4 straight days of uploads. We're here in 2017, and this is gonna be a year. I have a feeling it's gonna be a year. We've had 3 straight, I mean, just dominant championship seasons. I'm actually going through and searching through videos and stuff, trying to find stuff. I'm gonna make a poll type deal, and I'm gonna put it in the description of the next couple of videos. It might be in the description of this one, I'm not sure. But it'll be definitely in the description of the next couple videos. We're going to take some votes. That way we can do some awards at the end of 2021 in the finale. And yeah, I think it's going to be cool. I want to hear what you guys think that have watched this. If you want to take the time to do that, it would be greatly appreciated. Also, we're up to like 194 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. So if you end up enjoying this video, make sure to like it, drop a comment, subscribe, share with a friend that also likes old retro-y NASCAR games. They're way better than the shit they put out now. I hope whatever iRacing is collabing with whoever on the new NASCAR 25 game makes it good and brings some of this shit back. That way we can have exciting stuff happen. And I can simulate 20 years on that. So, with all that being said, strap in, tighten down them seat belts. I have no fucking clue what we're gonna see. Ron Hornaday retired, which I just about cried. And he got replaced by Rick Edwards, who's a fantasy driver, which kinda sucks. Although he's from that's not. I saw G and thought it was Georgia, and I was gonna say, hey, that's cool. He's from Georgia, just like God dang, why are words so hard? Just like Bill Elliott, but he's not. Also, milestones to keep an eye out for. Junior's at 60 wins, had a 9-win season last year. I've been saying nobody's hit 10 wins in the simulation. Dale Jarrett did in 2004. I completely forgot. Who else? Mark Martin is very high up. Kenseth is too, 69 wins. Mark Martin 72, so he's 4 away from Dale, tying Dale Sr. Anybody else that I can think of? Tony Stewart's got 35. He's actually done pretty well here lately. That's really it. All the other big players are gone. Jeff Burton's been good. He's got 51 wins. Okay, so he's above 50. He's around Ned Jarrett and a couple other people at 50. Kurt Busch is at 13. So yeah, those are the guys we got to keep an eye on. Junior, Jeff Burton, Matt Kenseth, Mark Martin, those guys. It's funny that Kenseth has 9 more wins than Junior, but Junior has 2 more championships. I don't know. I do not know. We should check what's Harvick got. 19 wins, so his next win will be his 20th win. Maybe it'll be the 2017 Daytona 500. I don't know. Kenseth won it last year. The Daytona curse is back because Sterling Marlin won it the year before and Kenseth won it last year, and they both grenaded at the end of the championship run. But kick back and relax. Grab yourself a nice drink. Thanks for hanging out with me. And we're going to get 2017 underway. 1 caution, 1 DNF, but it's us, so that is fine. 2.4 second margin of victory. If you're new here, we do not race. Obviously, this is just simulating. So, I didn't do this. I don't know what happened. Lord only knows. Holy fucking shit. No fucking way, dude. No way. This is not how this episode is starting. Oh my god. Bro, what the fuck? This is cool. This is cool. I am not mad. This is not a Shane Hall situation. Jerry fucking Nadeau won the Daytona 500. Oh my god. Jeff Burton finishes in second. He led 125 laps. He started 41st, bro. What? What a way to start. Hello. Jerry Nadeau, first win in the sim. Is that his first career win? I'll check. Jeff Burton finishes second. Kurt Busch in third. Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth is your top 5. Johnny Sauter, Mark Martin, Dale Jr., Ryan Newman, Michael Waltrip. Jamie McMurray finishes in 11th. Jerry fucking Nadeau, dude. What the hell? What the hell? Haven't talked about him like all sim. I don't know a whole lot about Jerry Nadeau. Other than he's got one of the lightning challenges. I mean, again, I was an infant, right? I was an infant when all this shit happens. My first memories of the 25 are Brian Vickers wrecking the shit out of Jimmy Johnson and Dale Jr. at, I think, Dega. Pretty sure it was Dega. So I really don't know much about Jerry Nadeau other than I think he got hurt or something like that. A career with potential unfulfilled, basically. That's crazy that he won the Daytona 500. That's awesome. That's so cool. That is so cool. Kurt Busch was 2 spots away from recreating real life by winning the 2017 500. What? But what the hell? A shock winner to start the season. Chad Chaffin, Jeff Green, Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, all DNF. Not good. Not good. Somebody we haven't seen down here in a while, and I'm only mentioning this because I just saw the comment. It popped up last night, so I saw it this morning. Somebody finally caught on to the fact that I was calling Elliott Sadler Harrison Burton for like 10 episodes every time he DNF'd. Nobody caught it. None of you said anything. I'm so disappointed. Shout out to whoever that was. I'm going to go find it now because I'm curious who it was. I want to give him his props. The Boss King returns 1588. That's not who it is. Clint Buchanan 8044. First person to catch the fact that I was calling Harrison Burton, Elliott Sadler Harrison Burton. Also shout out to the Boss King returns 1588. We were talking about Jimmy Johnson being shit in this sim. He's good in the other sim I started. He's been good over one season. Yeah. Hey, speaking of, Dale Jr. Dale Jr. wins at Rockingham. Matt Kenseth finishes second. These two probably going to duke it out for the championship. Jimmy Johnson finishes third. Bobby Labonte, Mark Martin, Tony Stewart, Jeff Burton, Ashton Lewis Jr., Johnny Sauter, and Brian Vickers with the top 10. Dan Pardis just outside. James Finch, what the hell? Johnny Benson, Jay Sauter, Ryan Newman, and Ricky Craven. And then there's Harrison Burton down in 17th. That was a 8th through 15th. I will say 16th. Because Ricky Craven's cool too. That was a cool little lineup. Too bad they weren't all in the top 10. I probably would have lost my shit. 6.3 second margin of victory at Hotlanta. I probably should change the schedule a little bit after this season. We'll see. We'll see. Mark Martin. What the hell? Mark Martin with the win. Led 50 laps. What a spread of laps led there. Kenseth finishes in second. Dale Jr. finishes third. He probably led the most laps at 120. Harvick finishes fourth. Edwards, Rick Edwards, I think is his name. I don't know. Fantasy driver finishes fifth. Kurt Busch in sixth. Jimmy Johnson seventh. Tony Stewart, Johnny Benson, and Johnny Sauter, your top 10. Oh my God, Scott Wimmer almost got a top 10. Scott, we need it. The community needs it, Scott. Well, Scott Wimmer not going to do it this time. No DNFs. 1.4 second margin of victory. I swear to God, if Elliott Sadler wins a race this episode, I will shit my pants. It's Tony Stewart. Wow. Okay, Tony Stewart, your winner at Darlington, led 75 laps. Jimmy Jam comes home in second. Mark Martin finishes third. Bobby Labonte, Michael Waltrip with the top 5. Hell yeah, Mikey. Ryan Newman, Dale Jr., Matt Kenseth, John Andretti, and Jeff Burton, your top 10. Johnny Sauter finishes in 11th. These two just have been finishing near each other so much in the first 5 races. Oh, we're back on all the whole bunch of DNFs. 7.4 second margin of victory. There's a lot of them. Johnny Benson's one of them. Oh, God, Kenseth's one of them, too. Yikes. Coy Gibbs, another one. Kurt Busch, also DNFs. Tough break for the 97. I think that's 2 DNFs for Kurt Busch, which is Not ideal for a guy that I thought might be able to fight for a championship at some point. Dale Jr. wins the Bristol Spring Race. Jeff Burton finishes in second. Jesus Christ. I don't know why I checked the lap sled. Mark Martin finishes third. Bobby Labonte in fourth. Johnny Sauter in fifth. Tony Stewart, Michael Waltrip, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, and Rick Edwards, another top 10. This is why I don't know why I checked it. He started 25th and he led all but 16 laps. That's... get your shit together, Thunder. The last 2 seasons have been like this. It had been so long since the game was broken like that. First check of the standings. It is... wow. Okay, I knew this part. Dale Jr., points leader, 2 wins. He's up to 62. Mark Martin has 1 win. He's up to 73. 3 away from the Intimidator. Tony Stewart, what the fuck are you doing up here? Are you finally gonna stop being shit? Or are you gonna go back to being shit? I don't know what he's gonna do. Jeff Burton is 5th. Bobby Labonte, Johnny Sauter's down in 7th. Not that far back. Kenseth in 8th. You know. Michael Waltrip's in the top 10 in points. What the fuck is this start of the season? It is Rick Edwards. That makes me feel happy that I remembered that. 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. Finishing about as well as the 9 car usually does. Jerry Nadeau, it was not his first career win. So he won one before the sim in 2000. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What the hell? What the hell? I'm still reeling, bro. Jerry Nadeau has hung around this long for one, but he won the Daytona 500. Of all the races to win. All the races. The first race you're going to win in the simulation, and it's the Daytona 500. I love it. Oh my god, Kurt Busch again with a DNF. This time it's at Martinsville. 2.1 second margin of victory. Mark Martin DNS, Tim Sauter, J-Mac. Oh, rough ones. Oh. Jeff Burton wins. Jeff Burton wins at Martinsville, leading 241 laps. Kenseth finishes second. Brian Vickers finished third. I was just watching old videos trying to get ready to set this Google whatever the hell up. I thought Dale Jarrett came back for a second. I'm not gonna lie. I thought DJ came back. Brian Vickers finishes third. That'll be his 1 top 5 for the year. He'll DNF the next race. That's fine. Bobby Labonte, Kevin Harvick, your top 5. Junior, Rick Edwards, again. Tony Stewart, Coy Gibbs, Robbie Gordon. Jeremy Mayfield finishes in 11th. Sauter down in 12th. Johnny, we need you to pick it up, brother. Karma. Shane Hall, DNFs. Thanks for ruining the other season, being the only shock winner, you dickhead. 1/10 of a second, 1.5 tenths. Margin of victory. I don't know. Are we going to get another surprise winner at Dega, or is it going to be a normal guy? I kind of feel like with it being that close, it might be a shock winner. Kinda? Kurt Busch? I don't know. Do we consider Kurt Busch a shock winner at this point? No. Maybe. I don't know. But Kurt Busch wins at Talladega, leads 85 laps. Good shit, Kurt Busch. Good to bounce back from all the DNFs. It's not going to help you in the points, really, but that's fine. Tony Stewart finishes second. Rick Edwards with a top 5. Sure, whatever. Matt Kenseth finishes 4th. Johnny Sauter finishes in 5th. Dale Jr., Michael Waltrip, Johnny Andretti, Mike McLaughlin, and Ryan Newman, your top 10. Tim Sauter finishes in 11th. Coy Gibbs in 12th. Is this the new Ron Hornaday? Like, is he just going to pop off and win races now? I don't know. I didn't see Jimmy either. Just realized that. JJ's been... Oh, I'm done scrolling. He's the king of Texas, though. Maybe Jimmy Johnson will bounce back at Texas. I rolled my eyes for anybody. Well, you can't. Nobody can see it. Nobody can see it. I'm by myself recording. No face cam. Man. Jimmy Johnson had such a good start to the season. Now he's gone back to being shit. I don't know what happened. Oh, God. Oh, God. What the fuck? Junior and Kenseth both DNF. So did Mark Martin. What the fuck? Oh, my God. 2.6 second margin of victory. That's like, that was our top 3. What? No, Jeff Burton was up there. Bobby Labonte wins at Texas. Wow. All right. Hold on. Lots to unpack here. Bobby leads 300 241 laps of 334. Jeff Burton finishes second. I think he's the points leader now. I think. Don't quote me. Ryan Newman finishes third. Jimmy Johnson bounces back to finish fourth. Nice of you to show up again. Tony Stewart in fifth. James Finch in sixth. Kurt Busch. Is that irony? Is that kind of ironic that James Finch finished ahead of Kurt Busch? I mean, Kurt Busch drove for James Finch. That's what I'm getting at. But is it ironic? I don't know if it's ironic or not. Michael Waltrip finishes 8th. What the hell? Rick Edwards finishes 9th. And then Mike McLaughlin finishes in 10th. Vickers in 11th. You're still a bust. I don't know what to think. I have no idea what to think. Well, I don't know. We'll just keep simming and see if anything develops here. My God, Mark Martin, are you ever going to finish another race? Jesus. DNF again. 15-second margin of victory. I'm only saying that because I care. Kurt Busch DNFs. He doesn't want it bad enough. Or Roush had engine troubles because they have 3 DNFs. I don't know. Oh, no. Ricky Craven DNF too? Damn. Yeah, I saw Scott Wimmer already. I don't know what the... I don't know. Ooh. Dale Jr. Dale Jr. leads 214 laps. My God. Won by 15 seconds. Matt Kenseth, a distant second, as we talked about already. Tony Stewart finishes in 3rd. Jeff Burton in 4th. Johnny Sauter in 5th. Tim Sauter in 6th. We just need one more. Bobby Labonte in 7th. Jeremy Mayfield. Steve Park. Jimmy Johnson. Damn it. Johnny Benson in 11th. McLaughlin in 12th. Where the fuck is Jay Sauter at? Why can't you comply? Just do what I want you to do, please. Finish in the top 10 with your brothers. Oh my fucking God. Kurt Busch, another DNF? What the hell are we doing? Dan Partis, DNF. Fantasy driver, also DNF. 2 fantasy drivers. Craven, the last one to finish. So is Ashton Lewis Jr., not a good run. 15-second margin of victory again. I don't know. 9 lead changes is fairly normal. Mark Martin, why? Mark Martin wins. I'm like saying it and I'm reading the rest of the top 5 so I know what I'm getting myself into. And I saw who finished 5th. And that's why I said why when Mark Martin won. I'm happy Mark Martin won. I don't want to shit on Mark Martin. I like Mark Martin. He probably should have a championship in this sim, but he self-destructed. Harvick finishes in 2nd. Junior finishes in 3rd. Tony Stewart, and then what the fuck are you doing here? Kyle Petty with the top 5. I don't know. Johnny Sauter in 6th. Matt Kenseth 7th. Michael Waltrip again. Elliott Sadler's up here. Nice to see Harrison Burton make a return in 9th. Chad Chaffin in 10th. Johnny Benson in 11th. I don't know. I do not know. Before we get excited for Pontiacs, we're going to check the points. Oh, what the fuck? Hold the phone. Hold the fucking phone right now. Tony Stewart is your points leader. He won a race. Tony Stewart? Yeah, he did. I forgot he won a race. Average finish of 4.7. My God, smoke. Do it. Please. Dale Jr. has 3 wins, but a DNF. Jeff Burton, 1 win, no DNFs. Johnny Sauter is up to 4th. He's only 138 points back. Do it, kid. You won 4 races last year. Just go on a tear like your predecessor. Just do it. Break everybody's heart. Matt Kenseth is in 5th, 188 points back. Jimmy Johnson, back to doing Jimmy Johnson things, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Mark Martin all the way down here. He has 2 wins. He's at 74. So keep in mind, Mark Martin close to breaking or tying Dale Sr. I'd need to keep that in mind. I'll forget. Don't worry. But Tony Stewart, your points leader. It's kind of crazy. I thought it was gonna be Jeff Burton, but it's not. It's Tony. Interesting. Well, Jeff Burton DNF'd. Oh my God. We have a .078 second margin of victory. I love it. Also, I just realized I said let's get excited for Pontiacs because obviously Pontiac Excitement 400. But Tony Stewart's the points leader, so we got excited for a Pontiac before we ran the Pontiac Excitement 400. If that makes any sense. Mark Martin has 75 career wins now. Dale Jr. finishes in second. Tony Stewart led the most laps, finishes in third. Johnny Benson with a top 5. I love saying that. Matt Kenseth finishes in 5th. Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, Johnny Sauter, Jimmy Johnson, and Ryan Newman is your top 10. Johnny, higher please. Finish in the top 5 instead of the top 10 so much. Create your destiny, friend. Time for the Coke 600. Dale Jr. won it last year. We've had some fun winners the last, I'd say the 5 of the last 6. Terry Labonte, 7 of the last 8. Bill Elliott, Terry Labonte, obviously DJ won one, but not as fun because he was dominating. Ricky Rudd, Tony Stewart, Kurt Busch, Dale Jr. That is 6 of 7. I can't count. I don't. Yeah, 6 of 7. I'm stupid. So we've had some bangers in the Coke 600. We've had some blowouts in the Coke 600. I think Dale Jr. won it by 25 seconds last year. I do not, and this season on top of it, I have no fucking idea what we're about to see. No idea what we're about to see, but it's time to find out. I am curious. I know you're all curious, probably sick of hearing me talk, but it's fine. Mike McLaughlin not going to get his first win in the Cup Series. Mikey also DNFs. We DNF, which means there's more ahead of us. James Finch. Johnny Benson. No. No. You were the chosen one. Did you lead laps? You led 4 laps. Oh, man. Johnny Benson could have had a shot to win the Coke 600. But it's not going to happen. 1.165 second margin of victory. Dale Jr. goes back-to-back in the Coke 600. Like he's Jordan 96-97. Whoa, shout out Drake. Did not lead the most laps. Tony Stewart finishes second. He led the most laps. But Smoke, another good run. He won it in 2014. He's finished like runner-up. He's finished like top 3 since 2013. That's crazy. Bobby Labonte finishes 3rd. Jimmy Johnson finishes 4th. Matt Kenseth finishes 5th. Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, Ashton Lewis Jr., Ryan Newman, John Andretti with the top 10, Tim Sauter in 11th. No Johnny Sauter anywhere. I'm disappointed. Dale Jr., back-to-back Coke 600s, though. That's, oh, he's won 3. I missed one. His 3rd. He won in 08, and then obviously last year and this year. So, shout out Junior. 3 Coke 600s. That's pretty good. No, nobody important DNFs. 9.9 second margin of victory. Dale Jr. again. Back-to-back in the Coke 600. He goes back-to-back in race wins. Kenseth finishes in 2nd. Bobby Labonte in 3rd. Hell yeah, Ricky Craven. Yes, brother. Tony Stewart finishes 5th. Coy Gibbs in 6th. Johnny Sauter, Kevin Harvick, Steve Park, Jeremy Mayfield, your top 10. Vickers in 11th. You suck, Brian Vickers. Craven has 4 straight years with a top 5. And he got it at a normal track. He got it at Dover. I want to see Craven win. That would be sick. Oh my god, I was gonna preface this by saying, how is Pocono gonna break my heart? Because me and Pocono have a rivalry. Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, both DNF. I'm fucking pissed. 7.5 second margin of victory. Mark Martin wins. Race number 76 at Pocono. Bobby Labonte finishes in 2nd. Johnny Benson finishes in 3rd. Johnny Sauter, Matt Kenseth, Kevin Harvick, Steve Park, Dale Jr., Jerry Nadeau, and Ward Burton, your top 10. Ryan Newman finishes in 11th. I'm going to have to double check that. I think that was win number 76, though. Good to see Johnny Benson and Johnny Sauter in the top 5. Oh, hate it that Tony Stewart DNF. Oh, Bobby Labonte, DNF. Jeremy Mayfield, DNF. Half a second margin of victory. That was indeed Mark Martin's 76th career win. And I checked it before this because he's been good at Michigan. Oh, wow. He gets pipped by his teammate by half a second. Kurt Busch leads a lot of laps en route to victory. En rouge to victory. Mark Martin finishes 2nd. Jeff Burton finishes 3rd. 3 of the top 5, again, Roush racers. Dale Jr. in 4th. Tony Stewart in 5th. Johnny Sauter, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Ward Burton, and Johnny Benson, your top 10. James Finch finishes in 11th. Good to see Johnny Benson with a top 10 at his home race. He has won this race before. I was so pumped. So pumped. Good to see Johnny Sauter. Again, qualifying like ass, but making it up through the field. Need a win now, Johnny. Standings time. Mandy Misiak. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. She was almost the driver of the 9 car. Just a fun fact for everybody. Almost drove the 9 car. I didn't let it happen. Tony Stewart is second in points. Dale Jr. obviously leads with 5 wins already. Good Lord. Stewart in second with his 1 win. That's okay. Tony, just don't DNF again, please. Kenseth and Johnny Sauter are separated by 2 points for 3rd and 4th. Jeff Burton all the way down in 5th. I don't know. It could turn on its head and be a really close points battle, or Junior could just run away with it. But Tony Stewart has been pretty good. Yeah, 6.8 average finish. Dale Jr. 6.0 average finish. It's on. I think it's on between these two. If anybody slips up, Kenseth, Sauter, they could be right into it. I'm excited. We gotta keep going and see what's gonna happen. Ashton Lewis Jr. DNFs at Night Infineon. Time for the night swing into the Daytona swing. Y'all know about it. 1.782 second margin of victory. Kevin Harvick with the dub. Good shit, Harv. Winner at Sonoma. Kenseth finishes second. Dale Jr. finishes third. Jay Sauter finishes fourth. Kurt Busch in fifth. Johnny Benson, Jeff Burton, Jeff Green, Jeremy Mayfield, Mike McLaughlin. Where's Tony? Where's Tony? Why? Why are you doing? I'm done scrolling. Time for the Pepsi 400. I was not going to keep scrolling. Tony Stewart is breaking my heart as we speak. This is almost a halfway point. Time for the Daytona, end of the night, into the Daytona swing. Oh. Night into day. Nice. Very nice. I didn't even mean to do that. We're going to hit simulate now. We're going to leave on a high note. Kenseth forgot to run 100 laps of the race, and Michael Waltrip showed up late because he was at the wrong track. 4-second margin of victory. Dale Jr. wins the Pepsi 400. I think that's the second straight year he's won the Pepsi 400, too. Bobby Labonte finishes second. Jeremy Mayfield finishes third. Craven in fourth. Mike McLaughlin, Jeff Burton, Mark Martin, Steve Park, Kevin Harvick, James Finch, who started on the pole, did not lead a lap. I have lost all faith in Tony Stewart now. I thought it was going to be a close fight. Junior's going to run away with it now. Kenseth, another DNF. He's won his 1 championship. He's like, I'm good. I'm good, fam. Oh, Ward Burton, DNFs. Kyle Petty, also DNFs. Harrison Burton, outran by fantasy drivers. 3.1 second margin of victory. Harvick again. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Harvick wins. I think that's back-to-back. No. That's not back-to-back. Junior won the Pepsi 400. Harvick won Night Infineon. So they're going back and forth. Kenseth finishes second. Ricky Craven, another top 5. I'm happy to see that. Kurt Busch in fourth. Michael Waltrip in fifth. Bobby Labonte, Jeff Burton, Johnny Benson, Rick Edwards, and Chad Chaffin with the top 10. Junior finishes in 11th. Tony Stewart, nowhere to be seen again. Ricky Craven, bro. He's so close. So close. Just do it, Ricky. Just do it. Fulfill your destiny. Mikey, DNFs at the beach. I will cry real tears. 4.6 second margin of victory. I will cry real tears if Ricky Craven wins a race in this simulation. Kenseth wins at the beach. Oh my god, he dominated. Tony Stewart finishes second. Good bounce back. It might be too little too late. Tim Sauter finishes third. Bobby Labonte in fourth. Mark Martin rounds out your top 5. Dan Pardis with a 6th place. Okay. Dale Jr. in 7th. Jeff Burton 8th. Jimmy Johnson in 9th. Kevin Harvick down in 10th. Jay Sauter in 11th. I don't know. I don't know. Dan Pardis with the top 10 is crazy. Doesn't happen very often. Gosh, Kenseth just mopped the field. Oh boy. Half a second margin of victory again. Jeff Green, Michael Waltrip, Chad Chaffin, Jimmy Johnson, James Finch, Jerry Nadeau. I didn't know who to expect up there, honestly. I'm glad it wasn't anybody important. But 0.5 of a second margin of victory. You know, Jimmy Johnson, I want him to win. He's just not going to do it. Sasha Soares ran 69 laps. Nice. Chad Chaffin ran 169. Also nice. Oh, Tony Stewart and Jeremy Mayfield went at it at the front of the field. Stewart comes home with the win. Mayfield in second. Johnny Sauter in third. Dale Jr. in fourth. Mark Martin fifth. Johnny Benson, Matt Kenseth, Jeff Burton, Bobby Labonte, Ryan Newman. Harvick finishes in 11th. I don't know. He could. It's possible. Is it likely? Not so much. But it's possible. If you're curious what I was referencing, it was the fact that, gosh, it is way further than I thought. Junior, big lead, 6 wins already. Wow. Tony Stewart, his second win on the year. He's 228 points back. It's not likely. Kenseth, only 1 win. He's at 70. Mark Martin still at 76. Sauter has slipped all the way down to 6th in points. I mean, if you look from second on back, it's pretty close, but Dale Jr. is kind of running away with it up front. Harvick, 2 wins. He got him in a 3-race span. It's good to see. Jimmy Johnson still top 10 in points. Where did he finish? He finished 10th in points last year. Okay, Johnny Benson finished 9th in points last year. Oh, 11th in points last year. 9th the year before. Johnny Benson has been surprisingly really good. But Dale Jr. on another planet right now. 3-time champion. Looking to make it 4. Very well could. He very well could. And he really fulfills his potential in this sim. He's fulfilling his potential right now, which is crazy. Mike McLaughlin, DNFs at the Brickyard. I don't hype it up. It is a crown jewel, just in the technical terms of it being a crown jewel. But, yeah. Tony Stewart won it last year. It was his 2nd time winning it. Maybe a 3rd time. No, but it's Kevin Harvick. Harvick wins race number 3 on the year after starting 32nd. Leads half the laps. Good for you, Kevin Harvick. I'm happy. Jeff Burton finishes 2nd. Johnny Sauter finishes in 3rd. Kenseth and Mayfield is 4th and 5th. Mark Martin, Dale Jr., Jeff Green, Johnny Benson, James Finch, your top 10. Tim Sauter finishes in 11th. Happy Harvick gets a Brickyard win. I'm going to have to see what year he actually won the Brickyard in. I feel like it might be somewhere around here. I don't know. I'll check. I'll let you guys know. Harvick won 3 Brickyards in his career. He won one in 2003. So, just before the sim, the year before the sim started. Then he went back-to-back in 2019 and 2020. Which I did not realize, but it's pretty cool. So good for Harvick. Very good for Harvick. He finally wins a Brickyard after all those years of trying. After having done it in real life a bunch of times. Oh my god, 23-second margin of victory here at Watkins Glen. Only 1 DNF. It was the pole man, Darrell Wolfe. Matt Kenseth kicks the living oh my god. You can't start 26th and lead 87 laps out of 90. We had this problem like the 1st or 2nd year. Jesus, Kurt Busch finishes 2nd. Mark Martin in 3rd. Ward Burton in 4th. Johnny Sauter, Bobby Labonte, Rick Edwards. I keep wanting to say Ron Edwards because of Ron Hornaday. James Finch in 8th. Tim Sauter in 9th. Jeff Burton in 10th. Sauter was 5th. We're just missing Jay, and we'll have all 3 Sauters in the top 10. Kenseth on the warpath. I don't see Tony Stewart anywhere. I was going to say, I don't see Dale Jr. either. Stewart down in 19th. Jesus Christ, man. Get it together. Put it together. Good Lord. Well, Johnny Benson's not going to win his home race. Tim Sauter is not going to complete the trifecta of Sauters in the top 10. Well, no, Jay DNF. So Johnny really, the only one that finishes, keeps us from having a Sauter trifecta. Coy Gibbs also DNFs. Dale Jr. wins at Michigan by 6 seconds, leading 70 laps. That's more normal. Kurt Busch finishes in second. Jeff Burton in third. Jimmy Johnson, Matt Kenseth, your top five. Harvick, Craven, Ward Burton, Kyle Petty, Tony Stewart. Ricky Craven's going to fight for a championship next season. I'm calling it now. What the fuck? Tim Sauter led the most laps. I'm done. Done looking at this. Done looking at it. It's like Terry Labonte. Terry Labonte would lead a bunch of laps, but he DNF'd. Oh, the curse of the 5 car. How do you say it? I would channel, there we go. I would channel my inner Bruce Buffer and be like, it's time, but I don't want to break my mic. Sharpie 500 time. Jimmy Johnson, shock winner last year. I was so happy. Yeah, it's a Sharpie 500. It's the Bristol fucking night race, dude. It's awesome. I need to put my vlog up. I went to the Bristol 500, or I went to the night race, the Bristol night race, whatever they called it, Bass Pro 500 now, whatever. I did it with all my buddies in Venom that I league race with, and I have been putting it off and putting it off, putting it off. It's like 6 months old at this point. I need to just go ahead and do it, but it's crazy that there's so many people on the channel now that like a lot of people are gonna see this rather than just like my friends. So that's crazy. But yes, Bristol night race. Jimmy Johnson won it last year. Let's see what happens this year. Yikes. J-Mac, DNFs. If it was going to be a shock winner, I wanted it to be him. 2.199 second margin of victory here at Bristol. Mark Martin. And that's how he passes Dale Sr. with the Bristol night race win. Are you shitting me? That's awesome. Harvick, not in second. Kenseth in second. Harvick in third. Johnny Sauter, Bobby Labonte, your top 5. Jeff Burton, Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jr., Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart down in 10th. Mark Martin leads 407 laps, dominates to pass the Intimidator. It's bittersweet. It is. It kind of is, but it's so cool. Because we have 2 more people that are likely going to pass Dale Sr. before this thing's up. That's crazy. That's crazy. And we're going to back that up with the Southern 500. Mark Martin, a 2-time Bristol night race winner in our universe. I don't know if he won it before the sim started or not. He won the Southern 500 last year actually too, so he has a chance to go back-to-back with back-to-back race wins, back-to-back Southern 500 wins. You get it. Simulate time. 3.4 second margin of victory. Harvick DNFs. Rick Edwards also DNFs, along with Ward Burton. It took you long enough, bro. Johnny Sauter, welcome to Victory Lane in 2017. He is your Southern 500 winner, dominates, leads 288 laps. Dale Jr., Tony Stewart, Kurt Busch, Mark Martin, your top 5. James Finch, Jeff Burton, Ryan Newman, Chad Chaffin, and Tim Sauter, your top 10. Coy Gibbs finishes in 11th. We're just missing Jay again. But Johnny, yeah. I thought this year was going to be the year he challenged for the championship. It's not. I don't know if it's going to happen. But he's a race winner again. Not really a shock winner either. He won 4 races last year. He can do a lot of special things in this sim. I have a feeling he can. Quick checkup on the points. Dale Jr., your points leader. Kenseth, 285 back. Yeah, it's wraps, dude. Unless the unthinkable happens. Junior has 7 wins on the year. He's got 10 races to win 3 to be the second one to hit 10 wins. Maybe. Kenseth, he's been alright. 2 wins. He's 5 away from Dale Sr. Got to keep that in mind. Tony Stewart, 2 wins. It just has not... He doesn't have the oomph he needs. Sauter is in 5th in points with his first win on the year. Pretty good, all things considered. Down to a 9.3 average finish. Yeah, it might happen. He might actually get a championship. Maybe in 2020 or 2021 is what I'm gonna guess. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, Junior, big lead in the points is the storyline here. Nobody DNFs in the Chevy Monte Carlo 400. 1.7 second margin of victory. Okay. He went back to back. Johnny Sauter leads only 26 laps. That's surprising. He's the highest finishing Chevy Monte Carlo. Mark Martin in second, Matt Kenseth in third, Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch, Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, and Tim Sauter. Michael Waltrip rounds out the top 10. Harvick down in 11th. I don't know where Jay Sauter is. I need him to end up in the top 10 with his brothers. But good for Johnny Sauter going back to back. 1.2 second margin of victory at New Hampshire. Smith started second. Good for him, I guess. Tony Stewart. Another win. Dale Jr. led the most laps. He finishes second. Kurt Busch finishes third. Johnny Sauter in fourth. Brian Vickers, the bust, in fifth. Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte, Jeff Burton, Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, your top 10. Rick Edwards in 11th. Tony, it's just too little too late, man. It is, unfortunately. I hate to say it. It really is. Oh, boy. Kyle Petty. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. I can't do numbers. A lot of DNFs. Close finish. There was 7 cautions. Good God. 4/10, half a second margin of victory. Harrison Burton DNF'd, along with Mark Martin, Kyle Petty, Tim Sauter. I definitely looked at our laps and went 267's more than 274. How did he finish ahead of us? I'm just stupid. Jeff Burton wins at Dover. Jeff Burton dominates Dover. I say dominates, but only won by half a second, so I'm not really sure. Kenseth finishes in second. Kurt Busch, Dale Jr., Johnny Sauter, your top 5. Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, Jeremy Mayfield, Jimmy Johnson, who started on the pole, and Kevin Harvick. Jimmy Johnson has been so good at qualifying at Dover in Texas and has not won a race. I don't know how many poles he has between the two, but he has a lot. Johnny Benson finished in 11th. Man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. No. Johnny Sauter, DNFs. Holy shit, there's a lot of them. Dan Pardis, Tim Sauter, Ward Burton, Steve Park, Ryan Newman, J-Mac, us, Johnny. And Matt Kenseth wins. No, dude, fuck. 0.8 of a second, the margin of victory. Kenseth wins, Labonte second, Dale Jr. third, Mark Martin fourth, Jay Sauter finished 5th. Jeff Burton, Ashton Lewis Jr., Mike McLaughlin, Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson. We missed a good chance. Not very often Jay Sauter finishes in the top 10, let alone the top 5. And Johnny DNF, Tim nowhere to be seen. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, as much as I want it to. Well, it's not going to happen this race either, because Dickhead wants to DNF. Jay Sauter, DNF. Chad Chaffin also DNFs. Craven DNFs. Hate to see it. Hurts his championship hunt. Needs momentum going into next year. 1.6 second margin of victory. I'm trying to speak the Craven championship hunt into existence. Nice of you to show up here. Back-to-back seasons, Jimmy Johnson with a win. I'm all right. I'm happy to see it. I'm not as excited. I'm getting kind of used to him. Not used to him winning, but it's nice to see. I'm not as surprised anymore. Good to see you, JJ. Good job, buddy. He finishes first. Kenseth in second. Mark Martin, Ward Burton, Jeremy Mayfield, your top 10. Your top 5, excuse me. Ryan Newman, Jeff Burton, Shane Hall, fuck you, Shane Hall, Dale Jr., and Johnny Sauter, your top 10. Johnny Benson in 11th. All hail the no longer 7-time champ. It's good to see him win, though. It's nice. It makes me feel happy inside. All right, quick check of the points. Dale Jr. still 260 points ahead of Kenseth. Still only 7 wins. He's not going to get to 10 this season either. Johnny Sauter, 2 wins is good. Not as good as the 4 last year, but I think the season arguably is better this year for Johnny Sauter than it was last year. Anybody else I want to talk about? No, not really. Not really. It's been a good season, though. Jimmy Johnson with a win. Back-to-back seasons with a win. Good to see. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have seen him do better, but we'll take it. We will still take it. Um, yeah, Dale Jr. 67 career wins though. Got to keep in mind he's 9 away from his dad now. Kenseth still 4 away. Jeff Burton at 53 does have 2 wins this year. Not that many top 5s though. Good lord. Huh. Weird. That's weird. A bunch of fantasy drivers DNF. Sure. I guess. 3.1 second margin of victory. Jeff Burton. Jeff Burton wins. If you see it, I see it. If you see it, we'll get to it in a second. Dale Jr. finishes in second. Did not lead a lap. Kurt Busch in third. Ricky Craven finishes fourth. Started on the pole and led 10 laps. He's winning the championship next season. I'm convinced. Bobby Labonte in fifth. Tony Stewart in sixth. Michael Waltrip, Mike McLaughlin, Kevin Harvick, Ashton Lewis, your top 10. He's gonna do it, boys. I could only hope. I backs up a top 5 with a DNF. Hate to see it. Robbie Gordon also DNFs. Jimmy Johnson DNFs. Sad times all the way around here at Martinsville. 3.3 second margin of victory. Kevin Harvick. Harvick leads a lot of laps and wins. Jeff Burton finishes in second. Tony Stewart finishes third. Johnny Sauter, Dale Jr., your top 5. Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, Mark Martin, good lord. Bobby Labonte, Ashton Lewis Jr., your top 10. Ward Burton down in 11th. Man, I don't really know what to think about this season. It's been good. The points haven't been as good, but Harvick's had a good season. Tony Stewart's had a good season. Johnny Sauter has 2 wins. Jeff Burton is the weirdest third place in the points quite possibly ever. But hey, it's all fun. It's all fun. And Harvick DNFs. Nice. 2.6 second margin of victory. Harvick wins, DNFs the next week. It's fine. Dale Jr. wins his 8th race of the year at Rockingham, sweeping the Rockingham races for the year. I noticed for once. Look at me go. Led 220 laps. Mark Martin, the bridesmaid, once again. Tony Stewart finishes in 3rd. Jeremy Mayfield and Kurt Busch rounds out the top 5. Jeff Burton, that's not Mark Martin, that is Matt Kenseth, sir. Bobby Labonte in 8th. Johnny Benson in 9th. Ryan Newman in 10th. Coy Gibbs in 11th. Good to see Junebug just decide he wants to win one more race, I guess. I really don't know. Okay, there's a lot of DNFs. The margin of victory is 65 hundredths of a second, I think. Or, yeah, 65 thousandths, maybe. I don't fucking know. Harvick again DNFs. Kyle Petty DNFs. Eesh. Kurt Busch DNFs. Who's it gonna be? Yikes. Jimmy Johnson holds off Bobby Labonte. Late charging Bobby Labonte for the win. Johnny Sauter finishes in 3rd. Again, after qualifying 40th. My guy, qualify a little better. Kenseth finishes in 4th. After qualifying 37th himself. Rick Edwards finishes 5th. Ryan Newman, Ashton Lewis Jr., Tony Stewart, Jeff Burton, Mark Martin. That gives Junior 9 wins on the year. He has 2 more races to win his 10th. I think he can do it. 2.1 second margin of victory. Jeremy Mayfield, Kurt Busch. We're paying attention to the chase for 10. Mark Martin DNFs. Ryan Newman DNFs. Steve Park also DNF'd. 2.1 second margin of victory. There's not many people left that can beat him, honestly, with how good he's been this year. But it's Jeff Burton winning at Homestead, Miami, leading 147 laps. Kenseth finishing in 2nd. Jimmy Johnson in 3rd. Tony Stewart, Johnny Sauter in 5th. Bobby Labonte, Jeff Green, Rick Edwards, Dale Jr., and Michael Waltrip. Chad Chaffin finishes in 11th. The junior lead laps, he led 10 laps. he's got one race. I need it to happen one more time. It hasn't happened since 2004. Jimmy Johnson, DNFs. Jerry Nadeau, DNFs. The first time he's won in a season, and he DNFs in the last race of the year. 1.6 second margin of victory. Yes, dude. Yes, for the first time since 2004, we have a 10-time race winner in a season. He leads 102 laps. Beats Matt Kenseth to the flag by a second and a half. Tony Stewart finishes in third. Bobby Labonte down in fourth. Jeff Burton in fifth. Mark Martin, Johnny Sauter, Kurt Busch, Tim Sauter, Jeremy Mayfield, your top 10. Mikey in 11th. Rick Edwards. Scott Wimmer in 13th. Elliott Sadler in 14th. Coy Gibbs in 15th. That's Jay Sauter, excuse me. Kevin Harvick, John Andretti, Ryan Newman, Mike McLaughlin in 20th. Dan Pardis, Steve Park, James Finch, Brian Vickers, Ricky Craven, Ward Burton, Robbie Gordon, and Shane Hall, Ashton Lewis Jr., Johnny Benson, all the way down here in the bottom. But how about that, guys? Dale Jr., 10-time race winner this season. I can't wait to look at the stats. This is going to be nuts. Yes, we already knew. He is the champ. Dale Jr. fulfilling his potential. Back-to-back championships. 70 wins on his career. He could pass his father in the next episode. 23 top 5s and 33 top 10s. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is that more dominant than last year? Oh, yeah. Okay, the average finish gives it away. It has to be. It absolutely has to be. This is going to be one of the polls. Is this the most dominant season ever? Top 5-wise? I mean, it's in line with the other ones. I think last year he had 2 more top 5s. I know he had 2 more top 5s. But he had 3 more top 10s this season. And 1 more win. I do not know. But how about Dale Jr.? Kenseth finishes second in the points. 3 wins, 24 top 5s, 30 top 10s. That's a championship season. Not the wins, but that's a championship type season. 2 DNFs early in the season kind of hurt him. Jeff Burton in third, won 4 races this year. Good job for Jeff Burton. 8.2 average finish. Second straight year finishing third in the championship. Tony Stewart finally broke out. I wouldn't say broke out. He had a good season, though. 8.3 average finish. Was in the championship hunt for a good majority of it. Johnny Sauter, 2 wins, 15 top 5s, 24 top 10s, average finish inside of the top 10. He could be a championship dark horse in a couple seasons. Anybody else interesting I want to look at? Jimmy Johnson finishes 10th in points, picking up a win in his second straight season. Finishes 10th for the second straight season. Average finish worse this year, actually, than it was last year. Kurt Busch, 2 race wins. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know who else to look at. I do know who else to look at. I need to know. Ricky Craven, 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s. Oh my god. He literally 1, 2, 3, 4 straight years with a top 5, and he had 4 of them. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ricky Craven, he's going to be the 2018 champ. I'm calling it now. Coy Gibbs floundering a little bit. He doesn't even have a top 5 yet. I thought he had a top 5 for sure. 2 6s, 6th for his best finish. Yeah, I don't know. I figured he'd be a little better in the 28. I'm not sure. I mean, he hasn't been terrible. He hasn't been as bad as Brian Vickers. Brian Vickers has been pretty brutal. Yikes. Oh, man. Oh, man. What a season. I mean, it was not a great points race season, but there was some good winners. Some people winning multiple races. I'm going to write down the stats. I'm going to go do silly season. And yeah, that's how we're going to wrap this thing up. I lied again. We need to look at the driver stats. Obviously, Junior 10 wins. Mark Martin had 5, which is rather impressive. Obviously passed Dale Sr. with a win at Bristol in the night race. Kevin Harvick finishes 4th. Jeff Burton with 4. Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth with 3. Johnny Sauter, obviously, with 2. Kurt Busch with 2. Jerry Nadeau, Bobby Labonte, Jimmy Johnson, all with 1. Kenseth actually had the most top 5s, but Junior had the most top 10s by a lot, and the best average finish by 2.5 spots over Kenseth, who had the best. Wow. Mark Martin had the best average starting position with 10.8. That's pretty nuts. And Junior just obliterated the field with laps led. I don't think we had a Rookie of the Year. Yeah, we didn't have a Rookie of the Year. Dale Jr. won 2 of the Noble 5 races. Chevy reclaims the manufacturer championship. And obviously we know Junior, the lap champion. Now it's time for silly season. And then I'll let you guys go. All right, we're going to roll with this. Mark Martin calls it a career. He passed the Intimidator, and that was enough for him. No championships. He came close a couple of times in the standings. Where did... there has to be... He finished 5th in 03. I think one of these, like, 6s or 7ths or something. 10th, 11th, 12th. I don't know what year. I don't remember what year it was, but... he gave Dale Jarrett a hell of a fight for the championship, and DNF'd a bunch coming up short. I mean, Mark Martin had a hell of a career. I'm sad to see him go. James Finch also leaving. I mean, not much I can do about that. He is also old. He wanted to go back to owning he wants to go start owning, I guess. I don't know. But Eli Gold, Alabama Crimson Tide announcer, NASCAR announcer for MRN. He's going to take over the 6 car, and Sasha Soar is going to take over the 55. Again, I hate to see it happen, but yeah. I mean, there's not much you can do to stop Mark Martin retiring at this point. You can't complain. Give him his flowers and his farewells. And that's all I've got for you guys. 2018 is going to be a banger. I am convinced. Dale Jr. is a 4-time champion. He has fulfilled his potential in my eyes. Not that he was bad in real life. There's a lot of underlying circumstances that I think that went into him not being as great as people think he could have been, but I still think he was pretty damn good. He was pretty damn good, and what he's doing for NASCAR now with the podcasts and helping bring North Wilkesboro back and turning iRacing into a juggernaut is fantastic. So thank you, Dale Jr., if you ever hear any of this for some odd-ass reason. But yeah, if you guys hung around the whole time, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Put thank you, Mark Martin, in the comments. That's all I got for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow at this point.